What do you want in life? Are you enjoying the things you're doing right now? These are questions I recently asked around, and people give me a variety of answers, but it all boils down to around three main things: happiness, success, and freedom. But it seems to be always a no for the second question, and they have so many reasons for not enjoying themselves. I just can't do what I like, man. I have 3 essays due next week. I'm only doing it for money for the future. I'm not actually so passionate about it. But what if I tell you that there is something you can do that will give you the happiness, success, and freedom you so desperately crave? What if I tell you that it is something that you've experienced before unconsciously, and mastering it can make everything that you thought was in your way become something that allows you to flourish? And dare I say, transform the dread you feel about the 3 essays into an exhilarating enthusiasm. Hi, I'm Coco, and today I'm going to tell you about how I learned to love what I do. 2 years back, I reached the lowest point in my life. I was diagnosed with severe depression and was admitted to urgent care in the hospital. There, I pondered on my existential crisis a lot. I didn't know what I wanted to do, what purpose I had, and you hear advice like, focus on the process, not the outcome, which might be useful, but when you're so unmotivated, distracted, and sad, the process really, really sucks. What makes me happy? Is there something that I do that I don't have trouble focusing on? Drawing! I recall this origin of this ancient hobby of mine when I discovered that if I sat on the ground with my crayons and started with one small paint stroke, the sky would go dark in the blink of an eye. Other things I did, like studying, aiming for a good university, they all helped me build a good future, and I appreciate it, but at times it felt kind of tedious. So the aspiring psychologist in me started searching. I needed answers. I needed to know what the secret ingredient was between me and art that makes me love it so much, and I want to apply to everything else. That sounded too good to be true. But as I was reading one day, I found what I was looking for. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's concept of the flow. What I found was that the flow, as the deepest form of focus and engagement, is actually the experience of working at full capacity. Flow is actually regarded as one of the happiest possible human experience, and you can find it in almost any kind of work or entertainment. And when I say any, I mean any. There's this guy who found flow from playing Mario Kart with his family, while I have friends who found flow through baking, tennis, meditation, programming, and can you believe, even physics. All of a sudden, it all felt possible. Instead of suffer now and enjoy later, life can finally be about enjoy now and enjoy later. So I am sure that now you've probably been reminded of your own flow experiences. By a show of hands, how many of you think that you're the most productive the night before the deadline? Me too. This script wasn't finalized until last night. So, you open up your Word document, dreading it, but as you work, you become more engaged, engrossed, and the world around you disappears. Time seems to fall away, and finally, you finished it. You look at your work like a proud mom and thought, hey, that low-key felt kind of nice. Congratulations, you have experienced the flow while turning out your 5,000 word essay. So this quote from a rock climbing respondent that Mihai interviewed was one of my favorites. It captured the essence of flow. He said, "When you climb up to the top of the rock, you're glad that it's over, but you really wish that it could go on forever. The justification of climbing is climbing, just like the justification of poetry is writing. You don't conquer anything except things in yourself. And that is why some people seem to always be so excited about what they do, while some others will stay bored no matter what. What the happy guy is experiencing is an action that is intrinsically rewarding, and he is getting exhilaration from the sense of complete involvement." So now you might ask, okay, I'm sold, but how do I get into my flow? Ideally, we all want things simplified for us, like into a 3-step formula. So I have for you 3 steps that I think would be the most beneficial for you to increase your chances of getting into the flow. So number 1, set a clear goal of what you want to do in this flow session. Number 2, align the level of difficulty with your level of skill. And number 3, the most important of all, getting rid of all distractions. I know it's hard, yes, but once you're flowing, your sense of focus will be a second nature thing to you. But remember, flow is not formulaic. It is a skill. It is something that you have to actively practice and something that you can get better at. But when you get into flow, you will feel this incomparable sense of self-control. Your self-consciousness disappears and reality falls away. So, another thing I love about the flow is that it is something that is not only a tool for yourself, but can be used to optimize other things like education, politics, hospitals, even museums, anything you can think of. So many Fortune 500 companies worldwide came to where they were because of flow. Take Google as an example. Research shows that an average worker only focuses on their work for around 2.5 hours a day. But after Google implemented the 20% time system, where employees get to use their working hours to develop their own passion projects, employees' productivity skyrocketed. By prioritizing their sense of control and autonomy, Google allowed their employees to focus, innovate, and achieve more. This was how they came up with Gmail, something that I'm sure not a single person here can live without. We are connected by our hunger for fulfillment. Maybe you're thriving. If so, I am happy for you. Or maybe you're feeling so low and lost that you think nobody around you will be able to understand. But we are connected. Despite your age, your emotions, your religion, or your purpose, you are capable of feeling fulfilled, capable of pure joy. This antidote is sometimes hidden, it is sometimes forgotten, but it will always be here if you look for it. So, flourishing or fluctuating, we all have a choice now between 2 profound forces: fragmentation and flow. Unknowingly entering the flow state, I pulled myself out of the pit, out of lying on the bed for days on end, into drawing marathons. And after maintaining a habit of reading, I was able to continuously practice flow and get from a sense of zero productivity into the most productive I I've been in years. I found myself starting to love learning. So, as I always say, practice makes better. So, try to set a goal. Get rid of all your distractions and give yourself a bit of a challenge. Maybe by then, you will finally be not looking for the utopia or the peak of the mountain, but well and truly living in the moment. I hope that this can help every languishing soul through the darkest days and help you discover your sense of focus and identity again. Because of your deathbed, you wouldn't be checking your bank account or followers, but you will be looking back at the moments the world was silent and you were found. Thank you.